What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work-Knife Balance. We're going to be diving into one of my favorite brands of all time. Absolutely love what they do. I think they give you some of the best value and their production quality is amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the top down. All right, so today we are going to be looking at a Kunwu Django. This is one of the newer releases from Kunwu. It's been out for about a year and a half or so. Wasn't as popular as what I would say is probably one of their newest banger knives, which is the Padre when it first came out. But the Django in itself has a lot of amazing things about it. It has a really good design, really good fit and feel. You can't go wrong with Kunwu. So we will just be kind of looking at the Django. I'll have a couple other Kunwu knives here as well. We'll do a full Kunwu collection here probably in a month or so, but we're going to be looking just at the Django today primarily. So we'll go ahead and get started with some measurements, and then we'll go tip to tail, all that kind of good stuff, and then we'll get some comparisons out here. So tip to tail, we're looking at over 7.5. This one's looking at about 7 3/4 inch right there on the overall. It's a little bit less than that, so maybe 7.7. And then for the blade length, we're looking at 3.25 on the blade length with about 2.8 on the cutting edge there. You do have a really nice, generous finger choil to choke up to on there, so that cuts back on some of that cutting edge there. But you have a really nice big belly there, so there's nothing to worry about. For some side-by-side comparisons, we're going to go ahead and pull out the Para 2 right there. We'll go ahead and put the Para 3 down below as well, so you can see those. Good Spyderco comparisons. I pulled these because they have really good bellies, but also Spyderco does the same thing that the Django did, where you have a much smaller blade to handle ratio. So the handles on Spydercos tend to be, at least the pair, the paramilitary, and then the Para 2 and Para 3 are definitely larger handles for the blade, in my opinion, in comparison. We'll do another crossbar right here. So we have the NAF's Lander 2 that we'll put up top there. And then we can get the Civivi Sikoke, get that down below to give you a comparison right there. And then I did have it. I don't know where it went. Ah, there it is. Sweet. We'll go ahead and put the Padre down below. This is the REC exclusive blacked out DLC Padre right there. So gives you a good comparison. These are probably the two newer released designs of Kunwu, at least in recent years. Not talking about they did like a Pulsar and then they did the Pulsar XL. They do have some pre-orders that haven't fully been sent out as of today, that are new designs and everything. But these are kind of the two newer models, one a frame lock and one a crossbar lock right there. So gives you some good side-by-side comparisons to some other popular models and then another Kunwu knife. So this is a bar lock. It's titanium bar lock right there, access lock. Kunwu has some of the best access locks in the game, in my opinion, partially because of the actual studs that they use for the access lock. It makes it very comfortable. Their Omega springs, as you can see, are actually pretty strong. You can get a good action just with that Omega spring there, so you can get a good reverse flick on the hole if you wanted to. And then you have a good kind of, it is a very controlled release out. And a very controlled release in. It's a consistent speed as it goes through that, so you don't have to worry about something kind of, I think back in the day Kershaw had something they called speed safe, where it was supposed to be the same consistency as it comes out with their spring assisted knives. This is not an assisted knife, but it is 100% very controlled as it comes out and goes in. And so it's one thing I really like about the Kunwu knives. Same with a lot of the other bar locks from Kunwu that I have right there. This is the milled clip that it comes with. So it comes with a titanium milled clip, but it also has a wire clip that comes with it, because if you take a look at where the clip attaches, it looks just like a Spyderco wire attachment type thing. So you can actually put, it comes with a wire clip that fits in on both sides, so it is ambidextrous for the clip. You can do reverse carry if you want to, lefty carry if you so choose. It is only a tip up carry though, so you can't flip it over. No reason to tip down carry this. You have a really nice clip point. It's almost Bowie, I would say, actually. Kind of a Bowie style blade here. So kind of that, I'd say I'm actually going to say this is closer to a Bowie style blade, and you could correct me down below if you want, but you have a really nice satin finish on this one right here. They come in a bunch of different variations, and the price for the Django ranges anywhere from about $230 to $250, I want to say. So they have the Damascus version, and then the Damascus version is a little less. That one's, I want to say, the 230-ish range, or 220, 219. And then so this version right here, the Django with the diamond and the satin, is 240, and then they go up to 260 as well. So you can get them on the aftermarket as well. I've seen a couple of these on Blade Binge, and then you may be able to save a couple bucks there. But for what you're getting, it is actually a very good price. Excuse me. You have an LMAX steel on this, so we can see that if we flip this open and take a look at it right here, which is, there we go, see the LMAX, which is between a 60 to 62 HRC, which is a really good range for that LMAX steel. Nice titanium backspacer here as well. They did leave a little spot for lanyards if you want to put a lanyard in there and carry it as you may, because you're a weirdo like that. And then other than that, you just can't go wrong with this design. It is incredibly slicey, really good to use. The ergos on the choke up are fantastic. You've got enough jimping on the back side here, and it is a deep jimp as well, that you can get good grip in there. And then this swedge at the top just adds a little bit of beauty in the aesthetics to that blade right there. So you have a fuller that comes all the way to the front, and then the swedge that follows that little dip in the clip point or Bowie, whatever you're going to decide that this blade style is right there. Yeah, I will say Kunwu does amazing work, and you can never go wrong buying something from Kunwu. In my opinion, the value is absolutely amazing. Oftentimes you will see knives from Kunwu get purchased when they are out of stock and sold out. They raise in value because everyone knows that Kunwu is giving you an amazing deal for what the knife is. They could easily sell this knife, titanium and LMAX, for $350. Please don't do that. Don't raise the price on these at all. But they don't. They keep it lower so it's much more attainable, and then it kind of just makes it so you can really appreciate the knife that much more, in my opinion. This has the Kunwu's diamond texture to it. Kunwu has a couple different textures. The Padre that I have out right there is also the diamond texture, but they have, this is a Tau. They have this kind of orange peel texture that you can get with this one as well. And then you can get the Damascus is in the diamond texture as well. So Kunwu has a couple different texturing. I held out on the diamond texturing for a while because I wasn't sure how sharp it was going to be, what it was going to feel like. So I have a lot of orange peel, I have a lot of Damascus, I have a lot of carbon fiber from Kunwu, and recently I've gotten a couple. I've got the Chad and, well, that's actually the newest release, not the Django and the Padre. I believe the Chad is probably the newest one there. But anyways, back to the knife. I held out on the diamond texture for a while, and then I got some, and I will say this diamond texture is amazing. It is so good. It's one of my favorite things about the Kunwu knives that I have in the diamond texture is the texturing on the scales. It is absolutely fantastic. It is very soft to the touch, but it gives you really good grip, and then it adds a really nice aesthetic, as you can see in different light variations as well. I've seen some people who have anodized their scales and then run a soft sanding over the top, so you have the kind of raw titanium coming through the anodized color, and it looks really good, almost kind of a battle-worn look to the knife. Definitely for a user, it's just absolutely fantastic. The scales are not contoured at all, but Kunwu does a really nice chamfering around the entire edge of the scales there, so you can actually have that really good fit and feel in hand here. I have a size large glove hand right here. I get really plenty of purchase room down here, but you can choke up and have a nice little nub coming out the end right there as well, so if you've got bigger hands you don't have to worry about it. Normally I would knock the blade to handle ratio as something that I don't necessarily think is necessary, but the way that this one is designed with the ability to choke up, and it's not just a small blade, makes it so it's much more usable and understanding, and that's all the blade you need. You don't need a massive blade, especially with the angle and the belly to this blade. It is a just absolute slicer as you use this thing through. So yeah, I don't have much else to talk about. As I said, we will have a Kunwu collection knife coming out soon, so if you really like this one, feel free to take a look at that one when it comes out as well. That's going to be one that hits here in a little bit. And if you've stuck around this long, you like our videos, you like our content, and we would like it if you would go ahead and support the channel by subscribing. If you subscribe to the channel, just click the button down below, and then also head over to Instagram. You can follow us at WorkKnifeBalance939. I've got nothing else for you, so until next time, TTFN.